Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhu Muhu. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshaviryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtuva Gumsastanubhe Yashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho aristanimi Swasti no brihaspatirdadatu Om Shanti 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 Hare Om. Om. O gods, may we always hear with our ears what is auspicious. O worshipful ones, may we with our eyes always see what is auspicious. May we live our allotted life hale and hearty, offering our worship unto thee. May Indra of ancient fame bestow auspiciousness on all of us. May the all-nourishing portion be propitious to all of us. May Garuda, the destroyer of all evil, be well disposed towards all of us. May Brihaspati ensure all our welfare. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. We are studying the Kaivalya Upanishad. We have almost come to the end of this Upanishad, which contains 26 mantras. So in our last class, we have been studying the 24th. We completed it, and then we entered into the 25th, a very marvelous mantram. Not only 25th and 26th, but the entire Kaivalya Upanishad. It is of easy language. Also, it picked up the very essential Vedantic truths and puts it in a very understandable language. The speciality of this Kaivalya Upanishad is Shiva has been taken as the Guru of the Gurus, Paramaguru. If we can obtain the help of Shiva and Parvati, Uma and Parameshwara, who are the Parameshwara is the pure consciousness. And Uma, she is the Shakti. That is why in every Shakti Pitha, there will be Shakti and Shiva. Always they will be together. And if you have noticed it, the Shakti will be standing on Shiva. And Shakti cannot stand on accepting on Shiva. She doesn't have any independent existence at all. But the whole universe, the manifestation, the whole Jagat is a manifestation of the Shiva, but in the form of Shakti. And what do we mean by in the form of Shakti? In the form of Prakriti. Prakriti means three gunas. Daivi Hirsha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Maya Adhyakshena. So without Maya, there is no manifestation. But Maya, Prakriti, Gunas, these are all synonymous terms. Guna means the basic material of this entire universe, which of course includes our bodies, our minds, or even to be more specific, there are three types of bodies: the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body, which represent the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state. Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. The entire universe, samsara, is nothing but the Chaitanya endowed with the body mind continuously goes on experiencing the waking, the dream, and the deep sleep. Therefore, we are all nothing but the manifestations of Parameshvara in the form of the gunas. And therefore, the only way for us is to become merged in that Parameshwari, that Shakti, that Maya, that Prakriti, that Gunarupini. This is called Sharanagati. So beautifully expressed in the first and third shlokas of the Sarvamangala hymn. Sharanye Triyambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Sharanagata Deenartha Paritrana Parayane. Why is it mentioned? Sharanya means one who alone can be the being of refuge, our refuge. There is no other refuge. Because Nirguna Brahma cannot be our refuge. Everybody has to traverse from the Saguna into the Nirguna. According to the Advaita terminology, this Saguna is called Brahma Akara Vritti. Vritti means a mental modification. And this is the last thought. And there will be how many Brahmakar Vrittis? Only one. Sri Ramakrishna used to compare this to a big thorn. So we are all filled with many thorns, and all thorns can be classified into three: the gross body, subtle body, and causal body. What is the thorn? Our identity with these three bodies. So we must take the help of a big thorn. That is called surrender. When we surrender, the Divine Mother becomes the biggest thorn and it removes all the other thorns. Then what happens to the divine, the thorn called Divine Mother or Brahmakara Vritti? It self-destructs. And what remains is, in human words, Brahman. Brahma alone remains. The supreme reality, and even to call it supreme reality, is because we are human beings, we are forced to use language. Just as when we are in deep sleep, we don't express, look, I am in deep sleep now, so I cannot answer your questions. We just become one with it, and that is why self-ignorance. That is the characteristic of Sushupti or deep sleep. So, resuming our 24th mantra, Evam Viditva. Earlier he said how we have to identify ourselves, but only we can do that with the help of the Divine Mother, and that is so beautifully illustrated in the third chapter of the Kena Upanishad, Umasahayam. In this Kaivalya, we have come across that mantra, Umasahayam. It is only assisted by the Divine Mother Uma. And the same Uma has helped Indra attain to the knowledge of Brahman, Agni as well as Vayu Devata, Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, to attain to that state of Brahman. So in this 24th mantra is telling us, so come to know that you are a bound soul. Why is this teaching given? Recollect the very first mantra of this Kaivalya Upanishad. There was a great rishi. We presume that he has not attained to the highest realization. And he felt a tremendous longing to know, to realize, and become one with Brahman, the supreme reality. His name was Ashvalayana. And he approached Bhagavan Saguna Brahma, who is called Brahma, Parameshti, Chaturmukha Brahma. Chaturmukhas, four faces, represent the four Vedas. That is, he is an embodiment of the Vedanta, essence of the Vedanta. What is it? Aham Brahmasmi. So Brahma has been teaching him through the Guru Parampara system. So we can also understand this. Maybe Ashvalayana had approached a guru, and he was only maybe a billionth guru in the lineage of Guru Sishya Parampara. But we always salute our Guru Parampara system. That is why many times Shankaram, Shankaracharyam, like that we go on chanting. But Shankaracharya is not the first guru. His guru was Govindacharya. His guru was Gaudapadacharya. And his guru was Vyasa. His guru was Narayana. Narayana here is called Parameshti. So this Parameshti system. What about my guru? What about your guru? They are also Parameshtis. Why are they Parameshtis? How are they Parameshtis? Because they also are following the same path. Because the truth does not vary. What the first teaching was given to one of the disciples in the Mundaka Upanishad, we get to somebody else. So Brahma Devanam Prathamaha Sambhabhova. He was the first manifestation of the supreme reality called Brahman, and he started this Guru Parampara system, which some Swami funnily called GPS, Guru Parampara system. GPS is practically installed in every modern car, and you put it on, and it will unerringly guide you to your destination. It will tell you how far you are and where to turn left, where to turn right. That's what exactly scripture tells us. Scripture is nothing but the teaching of the Guru. That is why it is also called Shruti Parampara, the teaching Parampara. So he has been teaching that if you want supreme reality, you should give up everything. That is why you have to become a Vedantin. You will have to give up all attachments. You have to become a sannyasi. And then slowly you have to acquire sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Then you become an adhikari. Then only you can approach the guru. A guru can be approached for many purposes. If you want to learn computer, computer guru. If you want to learn how to pickpocket guru. But if you want Brahma Vidya, only Brahmavid Varishtaha, a person who knows Brahman, Brahmavittamaha, he alone can teach you. So Parameshti undoubtedly was the nearest manifestation of the Supreme Brahman, or we can even say, as I mentioned earlier, he is also called Chaturmukha Brahma. That is, the Brahmagnanam is represented by the 4 Vedas. Why 4 Vedas? Infinite paths to the infinite reality. The reality is infinite. Therefore, the paths cannot be 1 or 2 or 100 or billion, infinite. Having taught, now in the 24th mantra, evam viditva paramatma rupam guhashayam nishkalam advitiyam samasta sakshim sad asadvihinam prayati shuddham paramatma rupam. Thus having understood, here is something we have to crystal clearly understand. What is it? If an adhikari, if a sadhaka becomes adhikari, that is sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha, he will be endowed with 100% viveka, vairagya, shamadhi shatka sampatti, as well as mumukshutva, intense yearning for God realization. Here also, the krama, the order in which it comes. So first comes the capacity to discriminate. Then we come to know what to adopt and what to give up. And willpower should be there to give up what should be given up and to adopt what should be adopted. That is where our problem starts in the very first one. We may know very well what should be adopted and what should be given up, but we do not have the capacity, and capacity comes. There is a beautiful saying in English language, where there is a will, there is a way. So if we really desire, and that can come only by the grace of God, only Ishvara Anugrahena Pumsam Advaita Vasana. Advaita here, not Advaita Marga. It is the desire to attain liberation. That is called Advaita Vasana. I want to become one with Brahman and I want to be free. That is called Advaita. Even that intense desire can come only by God's grace. And God's grace comes only when we lead a dharmic life and give up adharma. We have to give up papa karmas. Then only chitta shuddhi takes place. And then only our mind enjoys higher happinesses. A higher loka is equivalent to better and still better and best happinesses, varying degrees of highest happinesses. But when we experience the highest bliss, that is obtainable only in Brahmaloka, and that is also temporary. How do we know it is temporary? Because in the Bhagavad Gita, and every student of Bhagavad Gita should remember this one. A Brahma Bhavana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Even if somebody goes to Brahmaloka, because it is earned by performing dharmika karmas, once it is exhausted, karma phala is exhausted, one has to come back. There is no other way. Only a person who doesn't want to be reborn, but still having one or two desires, he will go to the Brahmaloka, but he will very soon, by God's will, fulfills his unfulfilled desires, and he understands, I have seen the highest, and it is only a repetition of what I had experienced before, maybe in a higher degree, but absolutely no different. This is called objective enjoyment. I don't want objective enjoyment. I want subjective bliss. And then, by God's grace, his Vyakulata, for mukti becomes intense. So this type of person, when he goes to Brahmaloka, God removes by fulfilling his remnant desires through experience. And the person's viveka becomes perfect, vairagya becomes perfect, shamatama, the shatka sampatti becomes perfect, and there he does intense sadhana under the direct guidance of Brahma. And that is what we have to understand here. Even Ashvalayana might have been one such person who had gone to Brahmaloka. Because where do we get Brahma? Only in Brahmaloka. So he must have gone to Brahmaloka, and there must have been a few desires. He got fulfilled, and he directly took refuge in his Guru, Brahma. Sir, I don't want anything else. As Sri Ramakrishna used to pray, Oh Mother, I do not want anything. Grant me ahaituki bhakti, motiveless devotion. I don't want riches. I don't want kama kanchana. I don't want even dharma and adharma. Very, very interesting. Mother, here is your dharma. Here is your adharma. Why did Sri Ramakrishna say that? Because even if a person follows adharma, he will be doing papa karma, sinful activities, and he will have to be reborn and suffer. Not only rebirth, but suffering. But even if he does dharma karyas, rebirth is inevitable. He will get attached. His raga becomes stronger, and he wants to enjoy more and more. And for that, he will continue his dharma karyas, what is called ishta and purta, and again he will have to take birth. After some experience, a few times more, this person comes to his senses because God's grace descends upon a dharmic person. My child is fit now to receive that viveka, and that is called chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi is equivalent to sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. And once that is done, this person, he will be able to get that mahavakya shravana. That is, you are not the body, so bodily experiences are out. You are not the sukshma sarira, so all your dream experiences are out. You are not the karana sarira, and therefore all your deep sleep experiences are also out. And this is called chitta shuddhi. And then the steps beautifully outlined. Shravana, that is it, you are Brahman. Of course, the beginner takes time. And Sri Ramakrishna wanted to grant pure Advaita Jnanam to Narendranath. He, by his mere touch, he could have given, and he had given by touching. And Narendra's immediate reaction was, What are you doing to me? I have my parents at home. Of course, there is another reason we should not equate Narendranath with people like us. But why could he not receive Sri Ramakrishna's grace? Sri Ramakrishna used to tell Narendra is Dhyana Siddha from his very birth. And why was he unable to receive? Is not because he was unfit. Throw that idea through the window. Then why did Narendra refuse? You made me an instrument. I have to preach this or establish this Vedantic message throughout the corners of the world. And the best instrument is the Parliament of Religions, where the best minds are gathered there. Once this idea is injected, deeply brainwashed, people can never forget. For some time, they may struggle like worms taken up, put in a fragrant flower, as Sri Ramakrishna puts, in a rice pot. But ultimately, truth will win. Satyameva jayate nanrutam. So he had to do that. And if he has to become a teacher for all sorts of mentalities, astika, nastika, agnostic, atheist, and person sincere, but who have lost faith in every religion. So Swami Vivekananda had to go through each one of these mental states. And by Sri Ramakrishna's grace, he came out of them successfully and victoriously. And what does it mean? It means if let any sincere person, that is the one condition, let a person sincerely approach Swami Vivekananda, I want to improve myself, but I don't have faith in these things. Swami Vivekananda, he already experienced the exact mental condition of this kind of sincere person. As I mentioned, the condition. Without that, Swami Vivekananda cannot give out his teaching. He must be endowed with Shraddha. Shraddha Mayoyam Yo Purushaha. Beginning of the 17th chapter. A person is, who is he? Whatever he is endowed with whatever Shraddha that person is endowed, that is that person. So he had to go through all these phases, and then he was ready just on the Shivaratri day, a few days before Sri Ramakrishna passed away, and he was given that this time, happily, joyfully, he has received this, what we call Nirvikalpa Samadhi, at the Kasipur garden house. And that is what exactly in the 24th mantra is said, Evam Viditva, having become completely fit, endowed with Shraddha and Adhikari. What does he do? Paramatma Rupam. So he is given the teaching. You are none other than Paramatma. And where is this Paramatma to be obtained or to be contacted? Guhashayam, in the cave called Buddhi, not any Buddhi, that Buddhi which has completely obtained what is called Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is why it is said Nishkalam. There is no malam at all. There is no part at all. There is no division at all. There is no desire at all. Kala means part. Nishkala means what? Absolutely one-pointed. Advitiyam. And the mind cannot think any second thought excepting Brahman. And he understands. Samasta Sakshi. When a person becomes a witness for his own body, mind, including deep sleep, is it possible that one can witness, we can say, we can witness the waking state? That is what Vipassana tries to do. And one can witness dream state. Can we? Not ordinary people. Can we witness the deep sleep? Not ordinary people. Once this question was put to Swami Turiyananda, that a Jivan Mukta, can he be witness? And instantaneously he gave this reply, yes, a Jivan Mukta can be both a witness of all the three states and at the same time an experiencer of the three states. How is it possible? Nobody can explain. We have to become attained to that Turiyananda Sthiti, Turiya At Sthiti. Then only we can understand. We understand I am the subject, I am also the object. When I am the subject, I am the Sakshi. When I am the object, I am the Karta, Bhokta, Gnata. So I have become the enjoyer. I have become the doer. So I can be both at the same time. How is it possible? Yes, we can give an illustration. Oh, when an actor is acting, in a drama. He is completely aware. I am also acting to the best of my ability, trying to identify with the particular part that is given to me. But at the same time, he is completely aware. I am so and so. This is my real nature. And what I am doing now is only acting the part out for, the, for either pleasure or some fee, whatever it is. So both things will be there. And also a psychiatrist. He treats a person. He knows this person is not mad, but he also accepts the person himself thinks I am mad. He thinks that I am the normal person, but the psychiatrist knows he is normal, but at the same time temporarily possessed by a mad identification. I am the Prime Minister of India, I am Napoleon, etc., etc. So, this is called daydream. Every young man watching a cricket match, he will be criticizing the bowlers there or the batters. If I were the person, every bat will procure me sixes, only 6 runs, nothing less than that. Of course, such a fellow cannot even afford to buy a ticket and witness that one. So, samasta sakshim. When a person becomes successful in witnessing one's own self, then he becomes sat asad vihinam. What sat means, what is called cause. Asat means karya, karana, karya. One goes beyond karana karya because there is no karana, there is no karya. In a cinema, a woman gives birth to a baby. Woman is the karana, baby is the karya. It is all a mere acting. There is no such act going on. So when a person becomes a sakshi, I am imagining myself in my dream, in my waking state, in my deep sleep. I am pretending I put on a special dress, and this is called sat asat vihinam. That is a complete sakshi who doesn't identify either with karana or with karya. What is our problem? We are identifying as both karana and karya. For example, if I think of my parents, I am the karya. If I think of my children, I am the karana. So if some work is done very beautifully, then that is the credit is due to me. I am the karana. But I have to accept it, and because of the PC, because of the AI, because of the salary, because of many other motivations, that is the real karana for my manifestation of this one. So when once a person starts witnessing, he goes beyond the cause and effect ideas themselves. That is called sat asad vihinam. Then prayati. He attains. Prayati means reaches, not reaching, or not becoming. Shuddham Paramatma Rupam. The Guru only can tell Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that. But through this sadhana, this person says, Aham Shuddham Paramatma Rupam. Shuddham means what? There is no second. And this is called purity. Purity, impurity means what? A second thing comes and joins the first thing. That is called Ashuddha. For example, rust joins a vessel, or dirt joins our dress. Whatever is happening, that is called Ashuddha. But the infinite means there is no second. And if there is no second, the question of something influencing the one. And by the way, Shuddham, Ashuddham, impurity doesn't mean only bad thing. That is, if an object loses its nature and acquires a second nature, that is called impurity. For example, you take milk. Normally, milk is not that sweet. And you add what we call coffee, very strong coffee. Then immediately it becomes bitter. But you add sugar, it becomes sweet. So the milk had lost its milky nature and it has become both bitter and sweet at the same time. And we develop peculiar tastes. Khatta meta, we call it normally. So we like to mix so many things and then do it. So this is what is being said so beautifully here, that one who knows what happens to him, that person realizes, Aham Brahmasmi. Now we are entering into the 25th. This is a beautiful this one. Before that, I want to give you a little bit of introduction. So the mantra goes like this, 25th mantra. Yah shatarudriyam adhite, saha agniputo bhavati, saha vayuputo bhavati, saha atmaputo bhavati, sa surapanat puto bhavati, sa brahmahatyayah puto bhavati, sa suvarnahtayat puto bhavati, sa kritya akrityat puto bhavati. Putaha means pure. Putaha means getting rid of impurities and become the original, what a person is. So if your cloth is dirty, you add some soap material and bring it to the original state. If something has developed a stain, try to remove it, polish it by adding something. This is called regaining original nature. And here, something very peculiar is added here. That is why this is also called a Rudra Upanishad. Kaivalya Upanishad also goes by the name Rudra Upanishad. And then here, 25th mantra is a very special mantra. He who recites, just like Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, etc., Bhagavad Gita, or Upanishads, or many other stotras, he who recites continuously this Shatarudriya, what does he get? He gets several results will come. And what are they? He will be purified any fault committed with regard to the fire. He will be purified from the sin of drinking. He means she also, because knowledge doesn't know what is called gender. So many we have seen what we call women who are what is called Brahma Rishis, Devi Stuti, we are talking about. Then Maitreyi, then Gargi, they're all great rishis. So they are all what is called Vedanta Paragas. They have become Atma Sarupas. So what happens when a person has to attain many purities? That is, he has to become Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. An impure person has to become pure. And a few of the impurities that one can obtain in the course of one's life, but the person wants to overcome them, or what we call, so we have to get back our normal state. How to do that? Repeat the name of God, Nama Japa, or Nama Parayana, Gita Parayana. This is called Parayana. Adita means Parayana. Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. Lalita Sahasranama Parayana. What happens? Whatever may be the defects, and a few of them are enumerated here. the sadhaka becomes pure. What is the condition? The sadhaka must realize, I have these defects. I have committed impurities. I have become impure by negligence of certain duties in my life. I realize, I regret, I want to get out of them. I want to obtain. What is the way? Surrender yourself to God. And which God? Very interesting. If you study Puranas, and I'm sure you have already come to the conclusion, but in case you have not given thought to it, here is the Paramarahasya. You see, all the Rakshasas, Asuras, they are completely aware of the three gods, the Srishtikarta, Sthitikarta, and Layakarta, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And they have to do tapasya. That means they have to practice austerities, and these Rakshasas can really perform tremendous austerities, and at the same time, they have to surrender themselves completely to God. And if necessary, they have to sacrifice many things. That is called tapasya. Tapasya is not merely going through certain difficult lifestyles, but the ability to sacrifice one's selfishness. That is called tapasya. That is why there is something very interesting we have to note. There is a belief among Hindus, whenever they go on a sacred pilgrimage, every time they have to give up something to develop the habit of giving up. Finally, first of all, you give up small things, funny things. I don't like bitter gourd. So you come to Vrindavan. Oh Lord, from today, I will not eat bitter gourd. Then you go a little bit further. You come to probably Kashi. What do you want to give up here? Otherwise, your own mind feels guilty. Your conscience feels guilty. I went to Kashi. I have not offered. Real offering is giving up something which is a kamana, a desire. So you say, well, I have given up already bitter gourd. Now what can I give up? And then one person comes and then he says, this pumpkin curry, quite tasty, like almost like sugar. I like it, but it is okay. There are better curries. So I give up pumpkin eating. And a little more advanced after some time. Say, I like tea very much. I give up after some time. So you see, I really dote on coffee, especially South Indian unfiltered coffee, strong coffee. No, I'm very fond of coffee. So I will give up coffee. And after some time, somebody comes. And then what do I give up my life for eating sweet mangoes? So I give up mangoes. Like that, slowly, slowly. These are all external things. But then a person, he has to, if I give up what is called some internal bad quality, so what we call intemperate attitude. I become very quickly angry. I give up I try to give up becoming angry. I try to answer very gently, etc., etc. This is how a person acquires sadgunas by slowly giving up. This is part of the Hindus' belief of giving up, becoming a better person. Temporarily, we lose the pleasures, but really, we progress. So, this is what really you perform your activities. You might have committed lots of imperfections, sometimes unconsciously, but many times consciously. And if you have done it consciously, then next time, make a conscious effort not to give up. That is, while driving or thinking something else, you must focus upon driving. While cooking, you must focus upon cooking. Only such a person, when he sits for meditation, he will be able to do meditation. But ultimate goal, ultimate help comes only from Sharanagati and Sharanagati. So I have been mentioning these Rakshasas, Asuras, what do? They are ready. For example, this Ravanasura, he wanted to please Brahmadeva. So what did he do? He lit the fire in Yajna, and one by one, he started cutting off his own heads. And when he was about to cut the last head, and really God became pleased and gave him tremendous power. Don't think Tom, Dick, and Harry can get obtained. You have to pay first, then only you get. But it is also necessary to acquire a right attitude. God has given you power, but it can be misused, but it should be properly used. So that Sharanagati is being indicated here. Yaha Shatarudriyam Adhite. What is Shatarudriya? I will give you a small introduction today. So this is also called Rudram. This is also called Namakam Chamakam. And we get it in the Yajurveda. And one who, thinking of Shiva, resides this with tremendous faith that Shiva will be pleased, because this is nothing but the praises of Shiva. So I will give you a few samples also later on. Whoever does it, completely surrendering with a prayerful attitude, endowed with Shraddha, that Shiva is listening to me, he takes pity upon me, and he will come to my aid. And what does he do? Agniputo bhavati. With this attitude, if a person goes on doing parayana, that is regular chanting with tremendous faith and bhakti. Agniputa means any defects in the Agni Karya which people use it to do. And Vayuputo bhavati. So also, Vayuputa means many defects while breathing, while touching something with bad breath, etc. I'll give some examples also later on. Then one becomes very impure for the sake of selfishness, Atmaputo bhavati. Then many people drink, it has become almost a normal activity in most of the modern educated people, surapana. That is, they get drunk with wine. And that has to be removed. Who can do that? Only Shiva can help us. Not easy to get out. That is, drug addicts or drink addicts, etc. That is why when Girish Chandra Ghosh approached Sri Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna said, I'm not preventing you drinking. Just before drinking, wholeheartedly offer it to the Divine Mother as prasada, as naivedya, and accept it as prasada. And he accepted it. He started taking, and very soon he came out of that bad habit by the grace of the Divine Mother or Shiva or Vishnu or whatever it is. And if somebody has done Brahmahatya, what is Brahmahatya? Killing of a saint, killing of a Brahmavit, killing of a Sad Brahmana, killing of any good person, killing of a woman. There are some killings which is called Bhrunahatya, that is destroying the life of a fetus. Then Strihatya, not to speak of Brahmahatya, especially of the life of a good person. If anybody takes it out, he will be there. How foolish some religionists believe If we go and kill anybody, everybody, without any discrimination, Allah will be so pleased with us. Such a terrible, mistaken idea about God, about religion, about what they will do. These are called Rakshasas. What we study about the Rakshasas in the olden times, they are called these Brahma Rakshasas. They are the people born here as the Madhu, Kaitava, Shumba, Nishumba, Raktabija, and Mahishasura, especially Mahishasura, because there is a wonderful discrimination. Shumba and Nishumba are very refined people. But this Mahishasura, buffalo, nothing goes into his head. What he wants to do, he will do. Who can destroy? That is, only Divine Mother can destroy. So whenever we do something, stubbornly refusing to reform ourselves, what can save us is only God's grace. And one of the methodology of God's grace is doing Parayana of the Shatarudriya. And then Suvarnasteya. Suvarna means gold. Gold means what? The wealth of any person upon whom a person is depending for his livelihood. If anybody takes it away, that is what in the 10 Commandments, that is stealing what belongs to other persons. That is called Suvarnasteya. We will discuss about it in a little more details. If we have done that, anybody has done that. And then Kritya and Akrutya. That is Vidhi and Nishedha. Some things we are supposed to perform. Some things we should Nishedha, completely Nishiddha. We should never do. So, but we do what we should not do, and we do not do what we are supposed to do. And this is called Pratyavaya Papa. Pratyavaya means not doing what one is supposed to do and doing what one is not supposed to do. And these are only selective, a few. Any type of papa, any type of impurity is a terrible obstacle we might have done. Now we may be regretting. What is the way to come out of that guilty conscience? Surrender yourself. And as Sri Ramakrishna says, O Lord, I have done many things unknowingly, knowingly or unknowingly. But now only I realize that I should not have done. I should have done something else. But I cannot go back and undo what are all things that I have done. Kindly have mercy upon me and purify me. Just like Holy Mother said, if any child plays in the dirt and comes running, Mother takes that child into her lap and bathes him, cleans him of all dirt, takes and suckles that baby, because we are all children of God. The grace of God is available all the time. That is the main point. That is what even Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, that if somebody is what is called apichet suduracharo, bhajate mam ananya bhak, sadhureva samantavyaha, samyak vyavasito hisaha. So, the worst of the papis, sinners, once he realizes and he resolves, I will not do. That is an important point. I realize I have done many things, but I promise you, I take a vow, I will do what pleases you. I will never do from henceforward what displeases you. That is what part of the sixfold qualities as enumerated by Bhagavan Ramanujacharya. Sankalpaha. 2 sankalpas we have to take. So what is it? That whatever pleases you, I will do. Whatever displeases you, I will completely give up. And that is the condition we should not repeat. And Holy Mother reinforces and says that if a plowshare has to go through a devotee's body and it will be removed by a pinprick, but many devotees do not understand this. They think that I will just say Mama and she is not going to come and remove. And we get disappointed, lose faith in her. What she meant is, Apichet Suduracharo. My son, my daughter, you might have done many things, but you should take a vow. Anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam. Whatever pleases you, that alone I will do. I will not do anything that displeases you. Brother Lawrence tells in his practice of the presence of God, but for the love of God, I will not touch even a straw for my own purpose. That is called practice of the presence of God. God is watching us. And whoever takes such a refuge, that is called Shatarudriya. It is a beautiful prayer consisting of 100 shlokas. And about that, I'll give introduction in my tomorrow's class. The point is, there is only one way. We have done so many things, and that made us impure. But now we realize those very impurities are standing like Himalayan mountains as obstacles to our sadhana. And is there anything that we can do? Whatever we do, self-effort, is not going to remove them, because the amount of sin we have committed is incalculable. But what can stand as an obstacle if the fire of God's grace comes? Sri Ramakrishna says that a mountain heap of cotton, one spark of fire, in no time it reduces the whole thing. A room in complete darkness for 1,000 years, the lighting of one match instantaneously removes. Such is the power of God's grace. We must have that complete faith in God's grace. And in this particular instance, the Shatarudri. And in this context, I can tell you, study Swami Vivekananda regularly. Select some, especially the inspirations at Thousand Island Park, inspired talks, or daily Parayana of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, or the Holy Mother's teachings, the Gospel of Holy Mother, or the Eternal Companion, or Mahapurush Maharaj for Seekers of God. Take any book, that will do. Go on reading it. Do Lalita Sahasranama, do Vishnu Sahasranama. And the Mahatmya tells us, enumerates what is there. So, what are we talking? This is the only way to obtain the grace of God. But if we do not have grace of God, we can never become pure. And if we are not pure, the question of realizing our identity with God never arises. Impurity and purity can never become one. We will study these beautiful concepts in our next class, and I will also try to summarize Kaivalya Upanishad before I will announce tomorrow what Upanishad we are going to take as our next study for the next Saturday. Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhammaho. May Ram Krishna, Holy Mother, and Swami Vivekananda bless us all with bhakti. Jai Ramakrishna.